So, welcome to DOREEN'S African Experiences, and I'm going to do my level best to explain a concept. And whatever I'm telling you is something that these are notes I've compared with different farmers in the fishing industry. Yes. So, whatever information I'm giving you is actually correct. But feel free to do your own research if you like. So this is a fish pond. This person specializes in catfish. And because catfish is in Uganda, it's not very famous here. I believe their biggest market is outside Uganda. Now, for people that's actually trying to get into catfishing and they're not in Uganda, or in Uganda, this information can actually help you both ways. For starters, I'm going to tell you what you need to start this. If you are going to start catfishing, you need space for a pond. And if you don't have a pond, you can use containers. Now, catfish is actually very, very unique fish in the sense that it's not as picky as most other fish. It's very adaptable. It can settle in any environment and it can withstand a lot of stuff, but it's best in warm countries. Now, for starters, there are ponds that's already made. A case in point. Places where we are extracting sand from, where we're extracting clay soil from. When something like that has been finished with, you can actually use it for this project. But if you like, you can also start your own. Now, these ponds shouldn't be too deep, but they shouldn't be shallow. Maybe 1 meter below. 1.5 meters is okay. You can go a little bit to 2 meters, but there is no point in doing that. Now, why catfish? It's intriguing. It's an intriguing concept. For starters, you need space. If you don't have space, you need a container and you need to be able to reshuffle your water. It's like a system of changing the water. The fish can actually stay in both clean and dirty water. That's the beauty about catfish. They can survive in both, you know. But it doesn't mean the water should be bad or too dirty. You know, there is a regular dirty that's only good enough for the habitats. And then there is really bad dirty. Try to make sure it's not bad dirty. You know, if you look at this pond, you realize that there's pipes that's taking out the water and pipes that's bringing in your water. How often you change the water depends on how often you feed, how long have the fish been in there, you know, because the fish, they change from different stages. Now, if you have juvenile fish, you know, now for starters, let me start with the stages, the way they are supposed to be. Now, if you have about the fingerlings are basically the little fish, you know, about 15 centimeters, the size of your what? Of your finger. I think that's why they call them fingerlings. Now, how do you feed these? You know, these fingerlings are fed twice a day. Twice depends on how you choose to feed them. You can feed them in the morning and in the evenings, you know. And then post fingerlings maybe once or twice a day. Also, it depends, but they can survive after once a day of feeds, you know. Then the juveniles also can be fed once a day. According to one of the farmers, he says he feeds his once a day, the juveniles. Now, post juveniles, these are fed once a day. It means they're old enough, about 10 grams, something like that. They're old enough, okay? Remember, don't overfeed your fish, because if you overfeed them, they can die. Yeah, I know, right? It's so weird. Don't underfeed them, don't overfeed them, you know? It's very important. The other thing, there is different types of food. There is floating food, and then there is what? Sinking food. Now, sinking food, it's actually, I was advised that farmers should be feeding their fish with floating food mostly. One of the reasons I was given was because floating food for the fish it actually, especially for the catfish, because remember, catfish are bottom feeders. So if you overfeed them, if you get them used to sinking food, they can overfeed. Yes, and that is cost unfriendly for your pocket. So you should try and give them floating food, you know. You have to find the very, very good quality of food. Remember, every fish at different stages, it's fed differently. It's important for you to know that. Yes, it's very important. And if you're going to get into catfishing, please find a market fast or identify it fast, especially things like catfish. The demand for them is high, but not here in Uganda. So you need to understand that as well. Now, gestation period. Now, you can start harvesting catfish from as early as 3 months. Yeah, I know, right? So you can harvest them all year long, depending on how your market stands, depending on how you feed them, you know. This is an interesting topic for me because I've always wanted to look at fish in a different perspective. But catfish is actually high demands in the Western world. They have a high demand for it. It's very good in proteins too, you know. That's very good for you. Those are natural fats. Now, the floating food, I was also told that if you use floating food, it doesn't pollute the water. Pollution of water is basically making the water unnecessarily dirty. You know, this can affect the little fish or the fingerlings or the fry, whatever you choose to call them, or whatever your pond has at the time. So floating food has a lot of advantages and it has a lot of good things that come with it. There are different types depending on where you are. You have to go to your store or your fish store and then try to get more information on that. Now, the other concept about fish farming. Now, in this particular pond, apparently, my guy told me for his fish, when they are fully grown up, to maybe post-juvenile, they actually start feeding them very interesting food. Let's say offals, chicken offals. Chicken offals are soft. And remember, catfish, they have very sharp teeth, so they can chew through that, you know? And it's also cost-friendly. They alternate between different foods. But that's something I picked up on that I haven't had people use most oftenly. And then you can breed worms, you know. Yeah, this is a video of chickens there on the farm. Yeah, when you're fishing, please use a net that's smooth and soft. You know, you don't want to injure them. So we caught fishing. There isn't much to say about this. You just have to watch. I've been accepted to film. I'm excited. I like watching stuff like this. It's my first time actually watching this many catfish. Oh, big ones. Allow me get close. Oh my God. Mommy, chicho. So when you come to fish, you need containers. This one is a generator that's pumping water out. You need to reduce the amount of water in the pond, you know, but don't take out all the water because you need the fish to stay alive. Okay? More catfish. I think they're going to wash now.
Okay, next time.
No, not like that.
Either like this or like this.
Because the lower part will slide. Now you're going to use energy. Take the photo quickly.
Wait.
With energy. After that, you hold the big one.
The big button.
Careful.
So once you're done fishing, you need ice or very clean water, you know, because when you take your fish out of the pond, you have to wash off the dirt, you know, gently. Okay, don't use chemicals, just use clean water, and then put the fish in ice like this guy's done to keep it alive, because you need to keep it alive for until when you sell it. If your fish dies before you sell it, it's not good for business. So the ice is basically, it's like a preservative. It keeps the fish alive until it arrives to the buyer. That's how it should be. So you can't go fishing without either a buyer ready or a preservative method. You have to arrange for those things first, then you go. So yeah, they're still piling them up. My God, this is a whole truck of ice. This is nice, and they stay alive in here, and it's gonna fill up the whole thing.
Get a basin.
Boss.
Get a motor.
Okay, look at me holding fish. Well, thanks for watching Doreen's African Experiences. I hope you and I are experiencing my experiences together. Quite cool, right? I should do tilapia fishing soon as well. I love fishing. Now, the thing I think I didn't expound on was when you're going to fish, you need soft fishing nets. They shouldn't be hard because you don't want to injure the fish in the process, okay? The fish should not be injured. Yeah, your nets should be smooth, should be soft. Well, fishing is actually fun, more fun than I estimated. Yeah. So, there is African experience is something else. I like this. I really like this. Well, have yourself a beautiful whatever time it is, day, night, afternoon, whatever it is. And yeah, subscribe, like, and share, please.